What's going on, everyone? It's Tay, aka Slay, and I thank you for joining me today. Ooh, forgive me for being a little loopy. I just got home from work. I have my fan on. Actually, I'm gonna remove my sweater. It's warmer in my apartment than it is outside. But anyway, today we're going to get into part 2 of my problematic makeup series. Today we're going to be focusing on influencer collabs. Not necessarily the brands, but the people brands have collabed with to bring us, our viewers, these products. I was going to do a get ready with me, kind of like I did with my first video, but one, I really like this look and I'm not ready to take it off yet, and two, I really only have a few products, so I didn't want to waste time stopping and putting on foundation. I already had that in my first video. Putting on, like, I have so many makeup products that aren't from problematic brands or influencer collabs. So I'm only going to talk about these specific items and give my thoughts on the influencers behind them. So let's get the big one out of the way. Bang! Yes, your girl has both the 35 pan Jaclyn Hill X Morphe palette, and I actually bought the Vault after all of that stumbling wrong. Now, funny thing about this palette, I actually have two of these. When I got into Jaclyn Hill around right before this palette was released, honestly, I got in at the tail end, like right around Cake Gate, where it's like, those aren't my colors, and then you see the things on Treadmill and you're like, those are her colors. Why didn't she say those were, whatever. But I didn't know about the whole Becca thing and her denouncing Gerard Cosmetics because of the whole Manny MUA thing. We'll get into that. But I just started watching her channel because I think I've been watching Jackie Aina, and Jackie Aina had mentioned her Champagne Pop collaboration with Becca. So I was like, let me check Jaclyn Hill out, because I was sad to say at the time I was heavily into Karina Kaboom, and I was like, well, why? What's going on with Jaclyn Hill? Let me figure out who this person is before I form an opinion on her. And I didn't mind. I was still at the time where she was producing content consistently, relatively consistently. So I got this palette, I want to say either the third or fourth restock, and on the third or fourth restock they had a shipping problem where it was like you placed your order the day this was restocked, and it took like a week and a half for you to get any tracking information. It was like, this is not, I've ordered from Morphe several times, why is it taking so long? And I ended up calling, because I was sending emails and not getting any response, so I ended up calling, and the person on the line was like, oh yeah, it looks like your palette was lost in the mail, I'm gonna FedEx you another one. So the original order showed up, and then the second order showed up, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have any other friends that are really into makeup, so I'm just gonna keep both palettes, because I'm greedy like that. But the thing is, I love that palette. It's actually what I have on my eyes today. Yes, get into this fall glow. But the formula is so creamy and buttery. The mattes are so easy to blend, and the shimmers are to die for. So when the Vault was announced, and when she said that these were all the leftover colors, I immediately said I don't need it because I have 2 copies of the original 35 pan palette. But the thing about it was, I'm greedy. So I was like, you know what, screw it, let me get the Vault. I'm going to Vegas in November, so I'm like, you know what, if I get this, these will be the only thing, since they are all travel friendly, these will be the only eyeshadows that I take with me. Perfect, point blank period. So, side note, I know this is more hair than you guys are used to me seeing. If you follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, you'll see me. I wear wigs. I'll get more into that at the end of the video. But I'm sitting here like, okay, well, if it's shadows that didn't make it into the original palette, they must be the same formula. So let me go ahead and just get the vault. Boom. There's all this controversy around them. Just get the vaults and see what's going on. Me. So, got the vault. I played with Ring the Alarm and Dark Magic. I had a problem with the same shade that everybody had a problem with, Potion. But I was like, you know what? I will just figure it out. I will figure it out when when I'm using it. I will just keep it pushing. Ring the Alarm, everybody seems to be okay with. Armed and Gorgeous, everybody struggles with. Bling Boss is kind of in the middle, just sitting right on the cusp of mediocrity. But, you know, we don't waste money in this house. I'm not going to go through the hassle of sending it back. I'm not going to give it, again, I don't have any friend, even my drag queen friends wouldn't touch this. So I'll just keep it, I'll just play with it. Not sure if it's going to Vegas with me, but the thing that really turns me off about all of this, I was okay. I was like, you know what? Whatever. The thing that really gets to me is that Morphe had really been stepping up their, I mean, there's two parts to this. Morphe had really been stepping up their game, because I have the 35A Dare to Create palette. I have 3 of their 4 15 pan palettes. And the formula with those eyeshadows are great. I love those. So I can't understand why you have consistently improved and yet you come back with this and it's inconsistent at best, trash at worst. Like, what happened? If these, we all know that these are not the same shadows that were produced at the time of the palette. That's probably why they are the way they are. But what made it worse and what made me completely turned me off to both Jacqueline and Morphe was her Let's Talk video. She sat up there and said, Linda will never lie to me, but I told you guys all the old palettes were destroyed. That was wrong. They're actually quarantined. Okay, so is your version of, what is your definition of a lie, Jacqueline? We obviously have different definitions of a lie, because even if they gave you the wrong information, they still told you that. So that's lying by omission, basically. So I don't get it. And then why did you only get involved when there was an uproar? Why were you not in their product testing? Like, if something has my name on it, you better believe I'm gonna make sure it's quality. Because I follow her on Twitter and she was singing the vault's praises up and down. I wish I could put up the tweets where she's like, my product is bomb and I will sing it from the mountaintops. Then how do you explain this? How do you explain it? There is no explaining it. So you made the right decision in stepping away from Morphe. Morphe will probably not get any more of my business. I will probably unsubscribe from Jacqueline because there's just too much. First of all, you only upload once a year. I mean, you've already been taken to task for only uploading when you have something to sell. Your last video was Let's Talk. Okay, you need to get back to makeup. Why haven't you uploaded a tutorial? Something, you know, give us something, you know, give us another tutorial, do something, do it, get ready with me. It's like, I'm done. So the next problematic collab that I have, this one hurts, not as much as the last one, but this one hurts too. Yes, I was one of those people that bought the, I'm sorry if I'm blinding you, the Life's a Drag palette by Lunar Beauty. I was one of those people who had only heard about Manu MUA because of Karina Kaboom. And I decided that I didn't like him because of the whole Gerard Cosmetics thing and what I had heard from Karina Kaboom. As my mother lay dying in a hospital last year, one of my oldest friends from my hometown took me to her house to help me unwind from everything. and we started watching makeup tutorials. And she loved Manny. And the first video I had ever watched of Manny's was him trying out the 7-Eleven makeup line. And that video was hilarious to me. I loved it. So as I'm getting over what's going on and I'm grieving the loss of my mother, I start binge watching Manny's channel. And I fell in love. I was like, I love this dude. He reminds me of a bunch of my friends. I feel like if I lived in LA, we could laugh and have a kiki and it'd be all good. So I was a fan. I was a fan. And I had heard rumors about what happened between him and Patrick Starr. I was a little taken aback when he defended Jeffree, when he was like, those are in the past and he's not like that now, and I was like, okay. But I was still a huge fan. And to shout out my girl once again, Panic Antics, when Manny put out his video discussing his mental health, and she put out a video, I very respectfully, and I think this was the moment we kind of bonded, I respectfully told her how I felt about his video. And then I went on to create another video addressing that on my main channel. And then during Pride Month, Manny put up a video where he was talking about, I watched his coming out story, and then he put up a video with his dad talking about how he had been homophobic and how difficult it was for him to accept his son, and now he just wants to help others embrace their LGBTQ children, and he wants to help the community, and he's working with his son in Lunar Beauty, and it's a family business. And there were tears, and I was like, oh, yes, Manny, I'm there with you. And then Dramageddon happened, and you find out that, and it's not even that he made a weird face as a girl walked, but I've done that. Who hasn't? You know, that's not really like problematic to me. But the fact that he wouldn't take responsibility for how he's treated all these people, he's like, it was a miscommunication, it was a miscommunication. Like, I understand being non-confrontational. You know the song Roar by Katy Perry? Like, I used to stay quiet, not rock the boat. Like, that used to be me. Hard to believe, I know. But I used to stay quiet. I used to not address things. I used to let things just build up, and I would rather just let the friendship die rather than address what's going wrong. Not today, but the fact that there's a pattern and you refuse to acknowledge that, for lack of a better phrase, you're a social climber, like, dude, I really do hope he's taking whatever time off to look at himself and vow to change, because you cannot go through life like that. You know, the 4 people involved in the Dramageddon, you have, it's like fashion, it's like one of my favorite shows, Project Runway. One day you're in, the next day you're out, and you know, he on his way out. I was conflicted at first with buying this because, let me try not to blind you guys again, because I love a pop of color, I love neutrals, but as many people have stated, it's like he tried to shove 2 palettes in one. And now I kind of don't know what to do with this. Like, I bought it to support Manny because I was a huge fan. And especially after that video with his father, I was super happy that I had bought this palette. But I might put this in a project pan and just be like, we don't waste money in this house. So that should be the tagline of my channel. It's like, Slay Delvell, we don't waste money in this house. But yeah, I might just try to project pan this because this is perfect. These colors over here are perfect for work because I don't want to get in trouble for wearing too wild makeup. And also, you know, it's fall now, but do better, Manny. Alright, these last products. Oh, this is going to be hard. These are the Artist Couture X Jackie Aina La Peach and La Bronze loose highlighters. I found my way to makeup because of Jackie Aina. I have a whole video on my main channel about how makeup saved my life, and I'll give you a brief synopsis here. I was looking for a smoky eye, and the first video I'd ever seen on YouTube of somebody doing a smoky eye was Wayne Goss, but I didn't know his name at the time, so I just searched smoky eye. I refound his video, and I started trying to do smoky eye that way. And then I said, I want to see what a smoky eye would look like on a black woman. Found Jackie Aina's channel. Immediately started binge watching. Decided that I wanted to look like her, so I started buying products that she recommended, started investing in skincare, and here I am. I actually wrote a comment saying as much on, I remember when the Naked Heat palette came out and she did a review, and on her channel I wrote a comment saying I found the only time that I wasn't depressed was when I was doing my makeup, and that's because of you. I started doing my makeup because of you. I learned how to do makeup because of you. And she wrote back, love you. And I loved everything about Jackie. And when LeBron's came out, I had gotten into Jackie after LeBron's sold out. And then when she released La Peach, and then they had the bundle, I jumped on it because I wanted to support Jackie. And then June happened, where she accused Petty Page of theft and fraud. I can't support Jackie anymore because she refuses to apologize. Yes, she wrote an apology on Twitter saying that she should have never put that video out. I watched that video 4 times. She said she should have never put that video out. She said that she wanted to discuss things privately with Paige. Paige says she still hasn't reached out. And every single time I see her, I don't see her as much because I unfollowed her. I still see her on Twitter because people that I follow her. And sometimes I'll see her tweets. But I'll see her on other influencers' Instagrams complimenting them, and like clockwork there will be somebody there telling her she needs to apologize to Paige, asking her when she's going to apologize to Paige. She always has some snarky comeback like, nope, I'm not gonna apologize. It's like, hey Jackie, when are you gonna apologize to Paige? She's like, how about the 4th of Never Ember? You know, it's like, how can you not own up to what you did wrong? That hurts me. And yeah, if you look at her channel, you can see the progression. You can see that change in her personality. And for a while, like, I liked the bad and bougie Jackie. Like, I loved every time she's Jackie, I was there with her. The last Insta story I remember seeing when I followed her on Instagram was her going into a Sephora, running into some of her fans, and then buying their entire purchase for them. I was like, I wish I was so blessed to be able to bless someone like that. But that was only a few days before she dropped the video accusing Paige of theft and fraud. So I'm like, was that to soften the blow? I want to believe that's out of the goodness of her heart, but I just don't know. And because she refuses to make it right, I just can't support her. I honestly have not worn these highlighters since that all happened, and these are gorgeous. They were expensive as hell, and they're gorgeous. And the sad thing is, I miss her. I miss watching her reviews. I miss, I'm talking about an old friend, because that's what she became. She literally saved my life, people. Like, if I hadn't found Jackie, I wouldn't have gotten into makeup. If it wasn't for Jackie, and maybe I'll put the video from my main channel on this one too. If it wasn't for a video that Jackie had done where she talked about finally realizing she needed to go to counseling for a certain issue she was going through, I probably never would have gone into counseling and dealt with my own depression. So on 2 occasions, Jackie Aina saved my life. And it hurts me to know that that woman is the same woman who did this and now has no qualms about it. It's like she did the bare minimum and thinks that's enough. And it's like, no, Jackie, it's not. Like I said in my last video about Peter Mon, words carry weight. You need to do what we were harassing. I'm sorry to compare you to him, boo, but we were harassing Jeffree Star to get on his biggest platform and say I'm sorry. Until she makes it right, until she addresses her 2.6 and growing millions of subscribers and says, I did this, I was wrong, I apologize, I can't support her. And I don't think she's hurting without me. When I left her, she was at 2.3. Now she's at 2.6 last time I checked. So she ain't worried about Tay Del Val. She ain't worried about Slay Del Val. It just hurts because, you know, I know she said if whatever venture she's working on now takes off, she's gonna leave YouTube, and it's like, okay, babu, like, you really shouldn't abandon the platform that made you what you are, but I guess I get it. Like, it's hard because I do miss her content. I do miss that whatever it was that was there before that whole fuck up, basically. So yeah, those are the collabs, the problematic influencers. I have so many videos. I'm so glad that I decided to create this channel because I have so many ideas. I cannot wait to share more with you guys. I actually have like 8 videos that I just want to film if I can find the time. Thank you all for the support on my last 2 videos. It blows my mind that people would take the time to watch with me with my basic AF skills. So I hope you guys stick around for the rest of this journey because it's gonna be a fun one. Thank you all for joining me today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. I know there are a million channels you could have watched today. I thank you for coming to slay. Bye guys.